Hi everyone. Thank you for investing your time today to learn about the value of Microsoft's commercial marketplace for your company and your customers. I'm Sanjeev Nath, industry lead in our commercial marketplace team. For this session, I'll be joined by Dana Straw, Senior Director of Industry Marketing in our team. Together, we would like to talk about two strategic opportunities for ISVs with Microsoft as you develop your go-to-market plans and product strategy. First, I'll talk about a few market trends that signal why the time is right for many industry-specific solutions to transact your solutions through the marketplace. Then, Dana will join us to talk about industry clouds. How are these opportunities connected? Having a transactable solution in the marketplace is your first step to unlocking the long-term value of industry cloud. Finally, I will leave you with a few considerations to think about for your specific company. Equally important as understanding the why, what, and how for you will be defining when the timing is right for you to accelerate your marketplace journey. And as Charlotte mentioned, become part of the B2B commerce revolution. Before briefly jumping into these opportunities, looking at market trends and starting at the macro level, numbers are showing that we are seeing massive demand for cloud solutions from $200 billion in 2018 and heading towards $1 trillion in 2026. And over the last 10 to 15 years, the number of business applications or industry-specific solutions has doubled. This started in part when cloud providers made it easier and cheaper for ISVs like my former startup, a retail company, to build directly on the cloud, and it's accelerated greatly as we managed through these past 2.5 years. As Anthony said earlier today, the industry opportunity for you is real as Microsoft partners. Zooming in a bit, the data shows that a large part of the exponential growth, at least in the case of Microsoft, is from industry-specific solutions like yours. According to the IDC, 43% of partner revenue is coming from industry-specific solutions. There is a clear demand for solutions that target specific industry customer pain points and use cases. And these solutions are playing a critical role in the growth of the market. So, how do these macro trends show up at the customer level and the customer deal level to tell us what tomorrow might look like? Simply put, we are seeing new buyers and new buyer personas coming into the procurement process like never before. As SaaS budget ownership shifts outside of traditional IT, and in some cases, final approvals are elevated to higher levels of leadership. Today, 70% of organizational spend on SaaS comes from line of business budgets, and traditional IT teams today manage directly less than a quarter of a team's or a company's SaaS portfolio. Net-net, the overall market for cloud solutions is growing. We see that half of Microsoft's partner revenue is being generated by industry-specific partners. And couple that with the fact that budget ownership is shifting outside of traditional IT teams, I mean, it's obvious. The stage is set for a growth opportunity due to your natural ability to connect in to these new buyers with your solutions. A great example of a partner who reaches the new buyer and transacts through the marketplace is Seek. Seek is a suite of advanced analytics specifically targeted at process manufacturing organizations. As mentioned earlier, their target buyer is not always the CIO or the traditional IT team, but rather the plant manager or subject matter expert who may be on the floor. Seek partnered with Tackle, a company who specializes with helping solutions onboard and transact through the marketplace and close their first deal soon after. They also worked with Microsoft sellers to align their IT with operational technology colleagues and increase collaboration with current customers. What was the result? Seek was able to create stickier connections with their clients, meeting their changing needs, and have seen this reflected with 20% of their annual recurring revenue coming through the marketplace. That's a 200% year-over-year growth for the company. Seek is a notable example of an emerging industry-specific partner achieving meaningful results with new buyers and through the marketplace. But what do these macro and micro trends mean for you and your ability to accelerate with Microsoft and through the marketplace? Simply put, our sales force is getting ready for you. The customer shift towards marketplace and marketplace transactability, it's on. And our field seller interest is starting to rise towards it. In a previous session, you may have heard us speak about how 80% of sales transactions will take place through digital channels by 2025. How you can achieve 50% faster sales cycles through cloud marketplace and by optimizing the procurement journey, and how 83% of enterprise buyers say they are likely or very likely to purchase via marketplace in the future. Our 35,000 Microsoft field sellers and 90,000 cloud solution providers see this trend more and more and can be part of your growth equation. This valued sales force is already working with enterprise customers who now transact our horizontal solutions and are ready for what's next. In many industries, you may find that this foundation has already been set. The door is open for industry-specific solutions to become that natural progression from horizontal solutions for customers to acquire through the marketplace. Best part of all, once the customer has transacted your initial solution through the marketplace, upsell is easier and more automatic since you already have the procurement channel along with your initial approval for the solution. Algolia is a company that has benefited from embracing the marketplace as part of their go-to-market strategy from the outset. An API-first SaaS company that competes against Google Retail Search to win in the retail space, Algolia boosts value by driving user attention and delivering secure, reliable, and scalable search and discovery experiences. For one of their marquee wins, they partnered with Microsoft sellers to get on the radar of the C-suite of a worldwide retail pharmacy. Now, how does this hit on marketplace? Critical to this was having a transactable offer in the marketplace, one whose purchase value counts 100% towards the enterprise customer max. In the chat window today, we've been hearing a lot about this, so let me just pause and dive a little bit deeper on it. When we talk about MAC, we're mentioning Microsoft Azure's consumption commitment. This is simply put a program where a customer agrees to an increased level of spend over a period of time in exchange for pricing discounts, concessions, and support. The company, in this case, knew of having a transactable offer, having already done horizontal solutions with our sellers. As Algolia's solutions counted towards the customer MAC, sellers were better set up to help them get in front of the customer that they might have already struggled with. Having already purchased horizontal solutions, they were ready for Algolia to showcase their future and full potential of the solution, and with through MAC, accelerated procurement and deal close months ahead of schedule. Best part of all, the deal size increased 7 times the original proposed solution. Our customers are transitioning to the marketplace to increase their efficiency, buy confidently, and spend smarter. We're in a world with new and multiple stakeholders owning budgets and up to hundreds of solutions under management by companies. This is top of mind as procurement resources become increasingly restricted in the new economy. Here, the customer has advantages with Marketplace like one monthly bill for all vendor solutions, simplified deployment to know who is using what around the world, and an option for standardized or customized legal terms. Finally, it's very important to keep in mind the growing number of App Store generation buyers. App Store generation buyers, when faced with limitless choice, go digital to learn and seek about product information. They may demonstrate distrust in traditional sales processes, preferring instead online forums and recommendations. And they go much deeper into the buyer journey prior to engaging a company. As you future-proof your solutions, App Store generation buyers will genuinely appreciate a buyer journey inclusive of Marketplace. For partners, as Jake mentioned earlier this morning, Marketplace is a great way to reach new customers, simplify sales, and unlock opportunities with our enterprise customer base. For a company, this may mean lowering the cost of acquisition for you as you expand to new geographies, invoice in multiple currencies, and aim to win deals without a local sales presence. This also may mean lowering sales cycle time. Just think about a deal that was delayed to the next quarter because getting approval to be on the price list took too long. Well, if that deal was sold through the Marketplace, your presence on the price list is automatic. Finally, in collaboration with our field sellers, Marketplace helps you unlock our enterprise customers, many of whom, when they purchase your solution, can count this towards committed spend, or MAC, which we've been talking about today. Our sellers may also be able to help combine forces and bring together multiple stakeholder groups and decision makers to accelerate complex approval processes. Unlocking enterprise for you may also mean another benefit: cash flow. Prior to joining Microsoft, I spent almost 10 years at 2 industry-specific ISVs. I think about cash flow and payments a lot. It's not something we often reference, but with enterprise customers, you may be paid out in half the time it would take for you to get paid out on your own. This is a great benefit, especially in specific industries where getting net 60 days is just unrealistic. Every scenario is different, but in most cases, for customers with enterprise agreements, we pay out much faster. Now let's transition to the second industry opportunity that we believe to be very relevant for you: industry cloud. It's helpful for you to think about having a transactable solution on the Marketplace as your first step to integrating to and unlocking the long-term value of industry cloud. With us now is Dana Straw, Senior Director of Industry Marketing. Dana, I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to share your thoughts today. I know our partners are all looking forward to learning 3 things. So, what is the industry cloud? What are customers saying about it? And most importantly, why should they care?
Well, that's great. Thanks, Sanjeev, and thank you for inviting me to be here today. I am thrilled to be here. I'm always excited to talk more about why we are so committed to our industry cloud strategy. And you said it before, the shifting budget outside of IT. 70% of organizational spend on SaaS coming from the lines of business. The opportunity for industry solutions is now more than ever. Industry cloud is not new at Microsoft, and I personally have lived through a few versions of it in my time here. I won't say how long, but long enough to see my kids go from preschool to graduating high school. But here is what's new: the sense of urgency and the commitment to resources. Specifically, we continue to deepen our investment across product and go-to-market. And truthfully, partners have been leading the way for us for a long time, and Microsoft is catching up. At a high level, we have 10 priority industries, with the 6 shown here having a dedicated industry cloud offering. Okay, you might be saying, I get there's a commitment, but what exactly is an industry cloud? In its simplest form, an industry cloud is a vertical expression of the Microsoft Cloud. Rather than go out and create a net new industry solutions or net new industry applications, what we wanted to do was to bring that vertical expression into the Microsoft Cloud. Every industry is different, and so we built the industry clouds across the breadth of the Microsoft Cloud to solve unique industry challenges. The exciting part and the new part is we're investing in industry expertise across every facet of our organization. How we build the products, how we interact with our customers, sales alignment, sales readiness, from co-sell to delivery to support. And the best part? Partners are the key to unlocking the full value of the industry clouds. You can build on these platforms with your unique applications to deliver more complete solutions for customers. And the industry clouds allow for tighter connection between Microsoft and you all, our amazing partner ecosystem, with co-marketing and co-selling opportunity. And really, in the end, it's all about solving business needs for our customers and having a platform that empowers our ecosystem to do that. All right, now that we know what an industry cloud is, let's talk about a couple of customers that have had early successes. Starting with Patagonia. What an interesting company. They are very mission-driven. Save our home planet. Customer experiences are very important to them, which has always been tied to product knowledge and customer service. At the start of the pandemic, they closed not only all of their brick and mortar stores, but they went a step further, closing online sales to ensure warehouse safety. When they reopened, they launched a new way to engage with their customers, leveraging distributed order management capability. They turned those same retail stores into mini warehouses. This meant they could ship from a store or from a warehouse, optimizing for a single efficient shipment to the customer, allowing store employees to keep working. With Cloud for Retail capabilities, they were able to make this shift incredibly quickly, ramping up operations safely while reducing loads on all locations. And they did it remotely too, with the power of Microsoft Teams to connect from store employees to warehouse operations to HQ functions. Next story, Grupo Bimbo, international producer of my favorite baked goods and snack foods, with a large footprint across Latin America. They added a new purpose recently to their company, Nourish a Better World. Supporting their core values, they have ambitious sustainability goals to use only renewable energy by 2025, while bringing their carbon emissions and waste to zero by 2050. When it comes to ingredient suppliers, they wanted to convert to regenerative agriculture. Already using Azure, they adopted the Microsoft Cloud for Sustainability to collect, track, and analyze emissions data across multiple scopes of their business and suppliers. They were able to deploy these solutions, taking advantage of the data and processes they already had in place, seamlessly created insights with immediate impact, without extensive training, thanks to user-friendly UI and collaborative tools. A quote from their project team, "Even team members without extensive technology experience understood this very quickly." With connectivity to its data sources established and automated, Grupo Bimbo can spend less time collecting and managing data and more time using that data to understand the company's environmental footprint and make choices to help the company meet or beat its sustainability goals. Okay, so the next question I always get is, now that I know what an industry cloud is and why a customer is excited about them as a partner, what's in it for me? We see 3 benefits for our partners. It can accelerate innovation and time to market, can help you scale your go-to-market and win new customers. Let's briefly talk about each of these a bit more. First, Accelerating innovation and time to market, it's about our industry cloud platform. This platform is there to help you speed your development of new solutions by building on a comprehensive foundation that already supports interoperability, security, and compliance, allowing you to deliver high-value solutions, not back-end platform integration, by building with industry capabilities, common data models, and connectors. This can allow you to build differentiated offerings by leveraging comprehensive platform of Microsoft Cloud, which includes AI applications, infrastructure, business processes, collaboration, data, security, and compliance. You can meet shifting customer needs, complement your existing capabilities, and reduce engineering time and technical debt with a platform supported by continuous innovation. And let me stress, this is an engineering-supported platform. It also allows you to confidently address customer need for industry-specific security and regulatory compliance by leveraging the underlying Microsoft technology, which is already designed to meet and exceed those industry standards. And for scaling your go-to-market, this refers to taking advantage of the Microsoft partner investments and programs with industry-specific resources. The industry clouds come with documentation and technical guidance and readiness. This will reduce your engineering cycles by equipping architects with technical resources, documentation, and even access to the Microsoft technology specialists. Scale readiness with cloud skilling resources and certification programs. And it will even help you reach more customers by showcasing your solutions through the commercial marketplace, a connection back to what Sanjeev and everybody has been talking about. This is a key for you not only to connect with customers, but also for a connection into our field sales organization through sales enablement materials and our co-sell program. And last, but certainly not least, we do think this can help partners attract new customers, landing more deals, increasing your repeat business by delivering industry-specific solutions and going to market jointly with Microsoft. Marketplace, again, is step number one. Unlocking access to millions of Microsoft customers, along with co-selling with our 30,000+ Microsoft sales specialists. Expanding revenue opportunities in existing accounts with industry-specific capabilities that appeal to those lines of businesses and making them renewable by connecting them into the industry clouds. New customers, increased visibility through cloud certification and co-marketing programs. We, Microsoft, and our partners have a great opportunity together when it comes to industry. I could talk about this all day. You can tell I am a bit passionate about this.
Thanks so much, Dana. I love Industry Cloud. And I love the fact that having a marketplace transactable offer is that first step on the way to Industry Cloud. So I'm so happy our partners got to hear this session and begin putting Industry Cloud into their long-term thinking.
Well, thank you so much for having me here today. I loved it.
It's awesome.
Really appreciate it.
Cool. Having worked with a number of partners and customers on their marketplace strategy and being part of a dedicated team that works on this every day, I wanted to close with you today by leaving you a few top-of-mind considerations. I believe in the marketplace, full stop. But the reality is I truly believe in the marketplace for you when the time is right. Before making the jump to marketplace, think about your current and future customer base. Are they currently transacting through the marketplace today? If not, do you see any pain point which might make them want to change, which would then in turn open their willingness to learn more about how marketplace can work for them in the future? Second, it's about your solution's ability to travel. Is it ready to succeed outside of your home market? How intuitive is your user interface? If you are based in Canada but selling into Spain, do you require a local customer support or success team? Does your on-demand documentation, remote training, and support SLAs meet local demands? If your solution is globalized and meant for global markets, Marketplace will help you get to over 140 geographies and over 17 or more currencies. If your solution is localized, that's okay too. as long as we factor that in building out your go-to-market strategy in specific markets. Finally, review your senior leadership team and company readiness for Cloud GTM. In product strategy, is it clear the value of future-proofing your solutions technically and in relation to this trend? Do you have a change management plan for your sales and marketing team to train them on how the marketplace will work for them and their customers to grow jointly? And is the current company ready to reinforce this change through updates like compensation and company performance indicators? Today we focused on two industry opportunities for ISV, the marketplace and industry cloud. As Dana said, industry is not new to Microsoft, but having seen market signals, we are acting towards it with a sense of urgency and commitment. Industry-specific solutions are top of mind with our sellers and CSPs and trending upwards. They see firsthand how the App Store generation buyer, budgeting, and customer procurement is changing. For many companies, you have an opportunity to achieve a first-mover advantage by investing in the marketplace today. Start with a transactable offer. That's your first step as well towards industry cloud. For all companies, while today it's a first-mover advantage, in the future, we are convinced that transacting through commercial marketplaces is frankly set to become a necessity.